Make sure I turn this on.
And we're live. All right.
Okay, I don't see anything.
It won't be on yours. You can't see it on mine?
I'm trying to see it on my phone.
Mm.
Maybe we're in a delay. Let me give it a minute.
Could be. Let me see.
Let me go check my, because I posted it on my in my community. Let me click it. There we are. I found us.
You found it? Awesome.
I'm going to turn it down because I want to be able to see your question. Because I didn't know if I could see your questions. I couldn't remember.
I didn't send you the questions.
Oh, okay. And then I didn't know if I could see the chat.
Oh, I see. Can you see the chat or no?
Is this chat? I'm eating sunflower seeds.
You're eating what?
Huh?
What are you eating?
Sunflower seeds.
Ah.
Man, I eat the heck out of them.
Do you eat the shells as well?
No. These are unshelled.
Oh, they're unshelled?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Walmart brand.
Great value. Hey, Debbie Sue, how are you? Welcome.
Debbie Sue's in the house, of course.
Debbie Sue is in the house.
We would be going and looking for her.
How are you feeling tonight, Debbie Sue? I want to get a different background for my chit chat nights than because these are my paintings for my acrylic pour painting, you know.
I've seen they had backgrounds. I didn't put one on. I thought, oh.
No, I just mean I'm going to hang different pictures.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I just seen you could put I guess it's like a green screen or whatever.
Yeah, they have those too. But I find when you move, and I move around a lot, I wasn't feeling that well today, but I took a long nap. I'm feeling okay now. Okay, awesome. Okay, you know what? Here we go. I keep forgetting this. Remind me to click on the.
Hey, Debbie Sue, how are you, my friend?
Can you see it when I click on the me?
There she is. I see Debbie Sue right down there in the corner. Oh my gosh,
okay.
My house is so messy.
Your house is fine.
My vintage couch I got.
I love that.
Oh my gosh, that's so old. It's beautiful.
It is.
I would say it's probably 60s. Doesn't look like it's ever been set in. It's gorgeous.
It is. Debbie Sue says, hi there, Candace.
Debbie Sue, wasn't she a little bit under the weather?
Yeah, she had surgery.
Oh, Debbie Sue, I'm so sorry. I hope you're feeling better.
She's got fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome, and what's the other one called? Lupus.
Lupus. Oh, I'm so
and
sorry.
Maybe others, and lots of other stuff on top of that. So,
yeah. It's, you know what? My friend lived to 99. She was 2 or 3 months from being 100. And she always told me, she said, Candace, there's nothing golden about the golden years. And now that I'm in those, there ain't nothing golden. All I am is I hurt all the time. I wake up in the morning and I hurt. I go to bed at night and I hurt.
I used to have a friend who was 93 when I was in my 30s or something like that. And I'd say to her, how are you doing today? And she's like, I'm 93. How do you think I'm doing?
Yeah. My mama was 93 when she went to heaven. And she was mean. Well, you know, she had dementia. She was mean. But, you know, she wasn't mean before she had dementia. She just a sweetheart. But dementia is evil. It's mean. You know, like I said, I don't know what's worse, having cancer or having dementia. I don't know.
Yeah.
Losing my mind, or I don't know. I just hope to God that I never have to face either one of those. You know, it's tough. It's tough. Anyways, I'll put a rattling and we'll.
We'll just keep chatting for a little bit and see if anybody else joins us, and then
Okay. We can always depend on Debbie Sue.
Yes, we can.
And your little buddy, I was hoping he was on tonight, little Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good kid.
Yeah, he is. Bless his heart. So, anyways, but no, that's what I did today. I drove up the mountain and I left work about 12:30, and I'm going to have to work probably about 12 hours tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm going to ask my boss if I can go in a little bit later. I got to work till about 7:30 tomorrow night. So,
that makes for a long day.
It does. And then I got to get up and be back at work at 8 Saturday morning.
Yep. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is, because we have a service at a church. We can do services in our building. We have a chapel.
Right.
But a lot of times people want to do services in their own church. So that makes it hard. Got to get in there. You got to load everything up, especially if they have a lot of flowers. You got to load up the casket. You got to load the flowers. I mean, it's just like picking up and moving. And so I have to go to another church, but it shouldn't be too bad. Hopefully not. It's local. So anyway, so yeah, it's been busy.
No doubt. So do you supposedly have Sunday off?
I hope so. I really do, because I started going to that new church, and I would really like to start going. They call it liturgy, and I really like to start going. Man, I just have to have one day out of the weekend to just nothing.
Yep.
I know that you're supposed to give at least God one day. Well, you should give him every day, but man, I just don't want to leave the confines of my bed.
Well, I think it's more than just because we have to give every day to God, right? I think it's more of we need that rest.
Yeah.
And if we don't have that one day to rest, it will catch up with us.
And I watch it on the Facebook. They do a live feed on Facebook.
Yeah, just one second. Come here. My little flag kick. Oh, sorry, Joey. So come up and say hi, as always.
Oh, now is that Joey?
This is Joey. Yep.
Oh, he's so sweet.
Whenever I'm doing a live, he's got to come and say hello.
Well, he should. Zoe is walking. I got Zoe. You got Joey.
Yep.
Zoe, would you come here? She just stands around and looks silly. She's 17 years old, and she's getting her little legs fall out from under there. Come here.
Yeah, no doubt. Thank you, Debbie Sue.
Here, Joey. Meet Grouchy old Zoe. And she's this is Grouchy Zoe. Yeah, she was my kid's dog. Huh. She got some nasty breath. But yeah, she's 17.
Look over here.
No, Mama.
Look over here. I don't want kisses, thank you. Look.
I want to smell your breath. It stinks. Look at her tongue sticking out. Mama's
okay, are we done? Are we done doing our dog show?
Yeah, dog show.
That's okay. Most people like dogs. I can't say everybody does, but most people do.
You, my girl. Say I'm an old woman. Yeah, she's getting where she can't hardly hold her. Carry her weight around.
Judith. Judith is here. Belt Loop is here.
We are here.
We are here.
A little bit of you is in Canada, a little bit of you is in Arkansas. We're covering all the territory today.
Okay, I'm going to put you down. I'm going to put you into your chair. 1 second.
Oh, somebody has 3 Boston Terriers. Oh my gosh. I love me some Boston Terriers too. Them little guys are hyper though. Hyper Boston Terriers.
My Jack Russell Cross is hyper.
Yeah, they're hyper. They're hyper.
He's 6 and still has tons of energy. I know that's not that old, but it's not that young either.
Let's see. Zoe is 17. Bean, I'm not sure how old Bean is because she was a rescue. And then Trixie's probably about 8, maybe 9. And then Birdie Bot, I don't know how, because, she was a foster fiddle. Took her in, and then I never let her go. So I'm saying she's probably about 12.
Nice.
I tell everybody I run a nursing home for dogs.
There you go.
The dogs sleep better than I do. They really do. They eat better. You see, I eat sunflower seeds. They get homemade dog food.
Where's AJ, Rosemary, and Nikki?
2 are 1 year old, and Nikki is 3 years old.
Oh, I see. Her dog's names. Gotcha.
Oh yeah, she's
nice.
You got a lot of hyperness going on there. Lot. How many we got in our chat? How many we got? I haven't even counted. Are we up to 5, or is it 2?
We're up to 5. So I'm going to start. I'm going to introduce you, and then hello, Nicholas. And we will greet everybody once I introduce you, and then we will start the interview or the chit chat.
He's in Australia. I can't. I'm sorry. That is a horrible Australian accent.
I'm just going to put you on mute for 1 second.
You go right ahead.
How do I do that?
You want me to?
No, I got it. All right. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. So my channel, I'm Kathleen from Kathleen's Place. My channel is about, if you don't know already, it's about a safe place, basically, coming to talk about life and growing a community together. And so everybody goes through ups and downs in life. And so I share my ups and downs, and I'm here for people to share theirs in the comments if they feel like it. Now, Candace, we're going to go on to start talking about Candace's channel. That's enough about my channel. I don't need that much time because it's all tonight about Candace. So Candace and I have been following each other and are now friends outside of YouTube as well. Sorry.
Hey, everybody. Hello. Good day, mate. That's Mr. Dora told him to check you out.
Oh, nice.
Dora.
Thank you, Dora.
Everybody's favorite Australian now.
Yeah.
Our other favorite Australian. I know. That's one place I've always wanted to go to is Australia.
Yeah, I would love to go there as well.
That's my bucket list. So, anyways, but I'm Candace, and yes, me and I don't know how we met. We met last fall, and I have a small channel, nothing major, where I talk about anything and everything. I tell everybody I'm silver and solo. I used to claim to be an over 50 content creator, but this is the big year this year. I won't be in my 50s anymore. And I have ADHD, which is, it's a fun day every day in my life. It's like a circus. And then I'm a funeral director by day. I'm in my apprenticeship to become a funeral director. I've been in the funeral business for a while. It's something I love. I don't think I could have done it at a younger age, but I'm glad to see younger people coming into the business. But I love it. It's a good place to be. Some days it's harder than others, but I enjoy. I've worked in social services. I've done it all, and so I think this is a good last chapter of my life. So I can't hear you. Did you mute yourself?
I muted myself just so that we're not getting interrupted by the background noises. So in a little bit, I will be giving time for questions for you guys for Candace, but right now I'm going to be the one leading the questions. And then at the end, or maybe we'll take a break and do some questions, and then we will go back to asking some more. So you guys are amazing. All right, so Candace, are you ready for your?
They're new. They're new.
They are beautiful. That is for sure.
If you go to my channel, you'll know I try to wear different glasses every time I show up on my channel, and that's what I'm known for is my glasses. I love rainbows, rainbow color, because I love the story of Noah's Ark, and I also love pearls, and I was able to find glasses that have rainbow and pearls, and I just told Kathleen we needed to start a channel called Rainbows and Pearls.
Exactly. All right, so are you ready for your first question?
I'm ready.
All right. So it's 2026. Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for joining us. What are your goals for YouTube in 2026, Candace?
Well, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers would be nice. You know, I really want to get more consistent. My problem is I have too many irons in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
I work full time. I live alone with my 4 dogs. So I'm responsible for everything, my house, my everything. So if I get to do YouTube, to me, it's almost like a treat because it's not something to do all the time.
Right.
But I'd like to get out of the 700s and I'd like to grow my subscriber count, but I know it's not supposed to be important. It's our community that's important. And you stress that, and I need to bring myself down a little bit and remember that. But I do want to get more consistent with my channel. Sometimes I think I need to niche down a little bit because I'm just all over the place. But I think that's just me. I mean,
exactly, and that's what I think a lot of people our age, you know, the either 40 or 50 and above, they're finding that we want to be ourselves. We have a lot of experience. We have a lot of likes. We have a lot of things to share with people. And when it comes to YouTube, I think it's a balance between finding, you know, it's not a bad thing to want to be monetized. It's not a bad thing to want a place to make money on. And when I came onto YouTube, I'm just going to give my 2 cents. When I came onto YouTube, I had no idea about community.
Mm-hmm.
Like that I didn't learn that until I started. So my thing was, in the beginning, was fun. Then it was, okay, I do want to get monetized. And then we met community. So, you know, I think there's got to be a balance between all of it. But like you're saying, one of the things is becoming consistent, I think, and finding your rhythm.
Yes.
That's one thing that I talked about in a video I just uploaded yesterday.
Yeah,
is finding your rhythm.
I've been wanting to watch your latest upload. I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, that's okay.
Somebody asked a question. Let's see, who did they say?
We're not going to do questions from the audience right now.
Okay.
And we're going to do questions with you, and then we'll take a break and do the questions from the audience, and then we'll go back and do some more questions for you. How's that?
See, she knows how my brain works. It's all or nothing with me. You'll figure that out. If you ever watch any of my videos, you'll think, oh my gosh. And you know, I think my favorite cut down this last year, and I did a video on it when the woman told me I've never listened to somebody ramble so much. Well, you know what? You meet me at Walmart, you're going to get the same thing. What you see right here is what you're going to get at Walmart too.
There you go. Have you met Paula? Mrs. Paula does retirement.
Yes, I do follow Paula. Yes, I do follow Paula.
Awesome. Okay.
Let's just set the rules. Hey, That's why I'm friends with Kathleen, because she's just kind of leads me around. One time,
I'm
when
not
I
sure how that sounds, but
when I first met Kathleen, she popped into one of my live. I don't know what. I guess it was a live, and
yeah, it
I
was.
want to learn how to do lives and StreamYard, blah blah blah. And she goes, I know how to do that, and I've latched onto her ever since. Regret the day that she ever said, I know how to do that. I was like, oh, that's my new best friend.
I don't regret it at all. We've been having a lot of fun.
We do.
Okay, now you get to, okay, you've already answered this question. So, although, you know what?
Oh, I love this.
All over
I
the
love
place.
this picture. I'm looking at her picture. She's so cute.
With being a funeral director, because for those of you who don't know, Candace by day is a funeral director, and she has just gotten her license for
my apprenticeship. I have to do cases every month. So,
okay.
and then I will take my test. But I've been doing funeral work for over 2 years, almost 4 years, part-time 2 years, full-time 2 years.
So basically, the way it fits into your life is it's your full-time
Yes.
job. And it is something that you do enjoy, correct?
I do. You know, I always said it's the first job I've ever had, because I've worked in social services, I've worked in foster care, I worked in special education. It was the first job that I mean, it has its stressful moments, don't get me wrong, but I'm in a different time in my life. Okay, I'm going to be 60 in a few weeks. And you just look at life a little differently at this age. And people go, ooh, but how do you handle, being around dead people? Well, you know what? We're all going to be there one of these days, So it's not a morbid thing to me. I look at it more as, I don't know. The words are not coming, but you have a compassion for people, not just the dead, but I always tell people, and that's another thing we can talk about, because now I'm starting to do sermons, but funerals are not for the dead. We think it's for the dead, and it is. I mean, we got to get them ready. We got to present them. We either cremate them, but funeral services are for the family, or it's a celebration of life, and they can be sad. Don't get me wrong. And a lot of people don't want to look at it as a celebration of life. And we just buried a man. Well, we're going to this weekend, 85 years. He had a great life. And then sometimes you get young people, and it is hard when it's young people, especially when I see someone that's my kid's age, and I look at their face, and I'm like, oh. But to me, death is not. It's not scary. It's not spooky. We're all going to be there, And so to me, it's celebrating that person, celebrating life. Now, things are not always as good. Children, it's hard to do, to have to bury children. But it's more, like I said, when I'm started doing, like I said, I'm consider myself a celebrant. And I've started doing services. And when I do a service, I meet with that family and I learn the details of that person, what they were like. And then when we make video montages of that person, you see what they were like from the time they were young to the time they were older. They had pets, they had children, they had hobbies. And you learn a lot about somebody. And so anyways, there's a lot to it than just, I was reading. There's a lot to it than, when it's a child. But anyways, like I said, there's a lot to it. I don't think I could have done this kind of work when I was in my 20s, 30s, but I am glad to see that there are younger people going into that kind of work. but it like I said, it's just a different. Oh, it's Dora,
Dora and Mike.
Mike, and Dora. But yeah, it's just it's different, you know. And like I said, I enjoy it. You learn a lot. I tell people when you do a funeral, we plan a funeral in like 3 to 4 days, where people take years to plan a wedding, right? You know,
Yep.
we got to get everything in order in at least 3 to 4 days. You know, you make a book, you make memorials, announcements, stuff like that, write an obituary. So it's really a fast process. It's getting it done quickly. And then not only that, but getting the body prepared or getting, you know, ready for a funeral. And like I said, you learn a lot about one person in a short time. Meeting with their family, listening to stories, looking at pictures, listening to their favorite songs, you know, and I don't know, it's just a different world. It really is.
Mhm.
And I'm so grateful that God has put me here in this place at this time.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. So by day, you're a funeral director. By night, you're a YouTuber, and in between that, you have one other thing that you fit into. Well, basically two other things that you fit into that. Can you tell us about your halls and your booth?
Oh, yes. I am a chronic shopper, and you know I love to shop, but I don't pay retail for nothing. I mean, I don't like to pay retail for nothing unless it's just something really important and something special to me, like one of your headbands that I'm really wanting. But yes, so with ADHD, I do have a little bit of impulsivity, so I like to shop. But you know, people, I don't like I said, I like a bargain. So a lot of my videos started out when I started doing YouTube was doing my haul videos. Like I love to go and see how I can find something really cheap, you know, or I talk about, I love auctions, love online auctions. I am like the online auction queen. Of course, this month I've not been buying anything because this is no spend January, and I've done very well, my friend.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I love auctions. I love Goodwill. To me, hey, my shirt came from Goodwill. It was brand new and it had tags on it when I bought it.
Nice.
I know I love to shop.
Flowers.
I know, but I love to shop. Oh, let me show you this thing. Speaking of shopping, this is one of my favorite things I got at auction. Y'all are gonna die laughing. Hang on. But I was really disappointed because I didn't get this lamp.
That's cute.
It's a ceramic flamingo, and I lost it in an auction, but then the people that won it instead of me didn't want it, so I got it. So yes, it's a ceramic flamingo, and yes, it sits right here on my desk. There it is. He sits right there on my desk. But yeah, so that was one of my favorite finds that I got. What I'm going to do with it, I don't know. I don't try to get attached to anything because I think I'm going to sell it. So yes,
Yeah.
I love to shop, but I love to bargain hunt, and like I said, online auction, you name it. I love shopgoodwill.com. That's kind of like my favorite one right now. But I do have a resale booth, so I justify my shopping because I have a resale booth. Always have had a resale booth for several years. At one time, I had three of them, and I have scaled down since I'm getting older. And hey, Joshua, there's Joshua.
Yeah,
I've
you were
scaled
just
down,
asking about him.
yeah, and I'm down to one booth. Um, Maybe
Okay, so
later.
how many did you had three before?
I had three. Yeah, and I spent every weekend working on my booth. So yeah, I'm trying to slow down just a little bit. It gives me a little extra bit of money because you know, as a full-time funeral director, I don't make a lot. I mean, it's not a get rich rich profession, but I do. Like I said, I find that with my compulsive shopping, buying flamingo lamps, if I find something, unique, then I know that I can, like I said, I don't form an attachment to anything, so I sell it, you know. So it don't stay in my house for very long.
Okay.
So
Sounds great. And then you've also
and I do YouTube.
yes, and you do YouTube, and you've also just rented your first storage unit to go along with your
So
your booth, correct?
if you've not ever had a storage unit, I'm 60 years old, never had a storage unit. Now I have something in my backyard, but it leaks and stuff. So I did a video on going and renting a storage unit. Now to y'all that might not be exciting, but to me it was exciting because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I've never done this. And now all my auction stuff goes into my storage unit. And when I need to go put new inventory or new stock, it's not in my house, it's in my storage unit. So I drive to my storage unit, fill it up, take it to the booth. So it's been fun. Yeah. So I'm very proud of having a storage unit. 60 years old.
Awesome.
You were 60 years old when I rented my first storage unit. So yeah.
Congratulations.
I find the comedy in the simple things, So
Well, you have to, right?
you do.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to ask questions. And then we will go back and ask some more questions. I'm glad you guys have all been chit-chatting amongst you.
I love that. Yes.
I love that. You're all getting to know each other. And thank you, Dora, for bringing other people here. Where is that question up here?
Oh my God. That was the lamp. He fell over.
Oh. Who did? Oh, your lamp.
That was the flamingo.
Poor flamingo.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we are gonna. I believe if I'm missing a question, please let me know. But this question is: so you have defined what it means to be consistent, and how many lives, videos, or shorts does that mean? Do you have a plan for a schedule? Now, who is that question directed to? Belt Loop or Gary? I believe you said your name was. Although,
you go first.
Okay. So for me, I've just finally, after a long while, have gotten my routine. So each of us is going to have a different time that we're going to find our rhythm, right? Some people right away, they're going to find the rhythm. Others of us takes a little bit longer. So for me, and everybody's going to do a different amount of lives, a different amount of shorts, and a different amount of long videos. So for me, I do 2 scheduled lives, one Wednesday night, which is my art, because that's self-care. And then the second one is tonight, getting to know other YouTube channels and letting other people get to know them as well. So, and then I do spontaneous lives, washing dishes, just part of my life. I could be doing laundry. I could be just sitting, resting, and chatting with people. So I don't know if that helps your question, Belt Loop, at all. Do you have a little fill in the gap there, Candace?
Well, like I said, when you work full time, of course, you have a business. You and your hubby have a business. But I work full time. It's just me. It's me and my 4 dogs, and so I'm going to learn to be a little bit more consistent. I'm going to sit after this month. I'm going to, of course, this is our busy time of the year. Sadly, in the winter time, a lot of illnesses and stuff. So I don't know about y'all, but if anybody knows anything about the index card method, I'm going to try that because I do keep planners, but I've been watching some videos. One thing I love about YouTube, it's called the index card method. And so I'm going to try to, where you write what you want. It's kind of like having a planner, but you put it on index cards.
Okay.
And if you all have heard anything about that, I've been watching some different YouTubers who do this. They put their house cleaning schedules on this. They write affirmations on this. anyways, and then some of them, I mean, they write, like I said, affirmations, a house cleaning schedule. So I would like to maybe include my YouTube into that little schedule.
That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, and it's awesome because you just put it on repeat each month.
Yep.
Like here's my weekly. This is empty my trash and add to the recycle. That's just one of them. But there are so many YouTube videos on the index card method, and you can find that. So that is my new planner. I do use a planner like to pay my bills because I have to keep everything. With ADHD, you have to keep yourself organized, which organization is usually flying by the seat of your pants in my case. So yeah, and you know, life is good, but why this thing came across the last couple of months, I've been watching videos on the index card system, and I don't know, I'm going to try that, but like I said, I'm going to try it with my daily planning, housekeeping and stuff, because I get a little lazy when it comes to housekeeping. But I think I'm going to include, if y'all have any ideas, like Kathleen, she does like 2 lives a week or 3. I mean,
when it comes to doing dishes, doing dishes, I just do sporadic, just kind of when I feel like I'm struggling getting my dishes done. So I feel like if I am talking to people, it will give me that motivation to get up and get them done.
And maybe I need to try something like that. I might just have to copy Kathleen and wash dishes.
That's what YouTube is to me. I mean, YouTube is seeing other channels, liking an idea, and going for it.
And like last night, your painting is so relaxing to me. I was laying in bed. I come home from work. I was just, and I told you, because I saw our thumbnail and I thought, oh my gosh, I put it on the wrong day, and but we had a little oopsie because the wrong thumbnail popped up. But that's another story.
That was me.
Yeah, that was oopsie.
I gave Candace a heart attack.
Yeah, I was like, am I supposed to be live with you now? And you're like, no, this is my painting time. And I said, oh, and then someone said, oh, but you have chit chat with Candace. And anyway, so but I was a little panicky there, but so that would have gone into my box that I was supposed to be with Kathleen. But anyway, she messed up, not me. And I'm gonna throw her under the bus.
Put the blame on me.
The blame on you. But last night I come in and I was just tired and I was just, mentally spent. And I can just sit down and I start watching you paint. And I don't know about the rest of y'all in the audience, but I can watch her paint and it relieves a lot of stress to me. And especially with someone with ADHD, our brain needs to kind of wind down. Mm-hmm. And I was so angry because my son called
during the live,
right in the middle of my paint therapy. And so, anyways, no, he was okay. Everything was fine. But yeah, to me, watching you paint is very calming, and watching you wash dishes. I mean, it's just very calming to me. So, yeah. So we all live and learn from each other.
Yes. Just so everybody knows, at the end of the live, I am going to give a shout out to everybody that has joined us here today. I'm going to be reading out everybody's names so that people can check out your channels as well, because this is about community and helping all of us grow together and get to know each other. So I'm going to ask you another question. Okay. If anybody has questions, feel free. Gary from Belt Loop, that was a great question that you had earlier.
Thank you. I still didn't. I don't know. I'm still working on it, Gary. I'll let you know when I decide what kind of schedule I need to get on.
All right. So talking again, we are now in 2026. You've been on YouTube for how long now?
I started my channel in 2024.
Okay.
Just, mainly because when I started my channel, there was a lot of over 50 content creators. It was kind of like a boom all of a sudden of over 50 women, well, and men too, content creators like, Beautiful Life Sage. She was one, and I haven't seen her in a while.
No, she's not on anymore.
And then Silver and Solo.
Mm-hmm.
She just grew. She grew really fast.
She was one of the first one that I had watched.
Yeah, and it was just some of these women that were my age and going through some of the same things. Some of them were married and been married for many years and decide, hey, I'm going to start a YouTube. And so I kind of got on it and I didn't know, I couldn't find a niche, but then it just all of a sudden, I started doing my haul videos. I started telling people about living with ADHD. The women at my age and older who have reached out to me and said, thank you for talking about your ADHD, because especially people I know, like on Facebook, I'm very transparent about it. And it can be very fun sometimes, and sometimes it can be a struggle. And so I've had people say, thank you, I appreciate you talking about that, talking about struggling with your ADHD. And I did not get medicated. I found out at 40 that I was ADHD. I knew I was my whole life, or I had an idea. But when I was growing up, we girls didn't talk about girls having ADHD. That was a boy thing, because boys were hyper. And but I did later find out ADHD for women, for young girls, we kind of pull it all in. So I struggled as a child. I struggled with anxiety. I struggled with depression. And I was kind of hyper, but I did a lot of dancing. I took a lot of dancing, and I was real active in school and stuff like that. So I always had something that was kind of my outlet. So when I was 40, I found out I had ADHD, and a psychiatrist diagnosed me. But at the time, I was married, and I was married to someone who just said, "That's stupid. You're crazy." And she wanted to medicate me then, and of course, he said, "No, you don't need to take medicine. You just need." Okay, so I lived my life, and I started reading more and watching more about ADHD. And when my mother died in 23, and I finally said, I can't do this anymore. So
Your mom passed in 23?
Yes, 23. Yeah.
Sorry.
So I got on medication. I finally found a psychiatrist. She was my age, and the first time, she said, "You are textbook ADHD." And now I look back at things I did as a child, and I think, oh my God, but anyways, I don't want to use it as a crutch.
No.
But it explains a lot of things that I went through. And now, I've been single for 10 years. And I used to think, oh my gosh, I would love to meet somebody. But now I'm thinking I really enjoy my little solitude.
Yeah.
I don't have to explain myself to anybody,
Exactly. And that's the great thing, is to enjoy where you're at, right?
Yeah. And my coworker was laughing at me. He's like 29. He was laughing at me the other day, or I guess it was yesterday. And I said, "Oh, I love my Alexa because I can have conversations with her now." And I changed her voice, and she sounds like me. And me and her converse back and forth. And he said, "Miss Candace, we probably really need to find you a boyfriend because you're spending too much time talking to Alexa."
AI.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have one question from Exploradora80 for you. And she says, question for Candace: what did you do for work in your 20s and 30s?
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so I worked in a factory when I was a teenager out of college, and I was going to college, and I worked in a where they made refrigerators. And then that factory is long gone now, but I moved it to Mexico last time I heard. But I worked in a factory, and then I thought, I don't want to work in a factory no more. I told my daddy, I said, I want to go to beauty college. And I went to beauty college and became a nail technician. And I did nails for 15 years.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and did them when I was with my kids, when I had my babies, and then I had a shop in my home. And then when I started having babies, I wanted to I worked in a preschool program when I had my daughter. So, or my son and daughter. So I wanted to be with my kids. And so I worked a preschool program, and then I went to work for the school. And I have a background in special education where I worked with autistic children. And anyway, that has always had my heart. And I have a couple of certifications in autism, and I would say that's my, yeah. I love special education. But so in my 30s, I worked in the school. I worked in public schools, and then I worked for the Department of Human Services in foster care. So children have always been a part of. I had a soft spot for kids. I worked in the foster care system, and then I did that, and then I owned my own courier business in my early 50s. My son and I had a courier business, and we delivered medications to we worked all hours of the night, and emergency medications to, like, if people were sick or something in a nursing home and they needed a medical, like a IV, then I was your girl. They called me up and say, hey, and I may have to drive 2 hours to pick it up, but then I had to take another 2 hours to bring it to. So yeah. So I've always had jobs where I was saving somebody or taking care of somebody.
That's awesome.
Now I work with dead people.
That was a good question.
Yeah. So yeah, I've had a little bit of everything. Yeah, I've never had like a sit down career. I don't know. I was always one of them people that, and I tell my kids the same thing. If you don't want to go to college, at least get certified in something. Get a certification, and which I'm not. But I just was not one that ever wanted to really go to college. So I have certifications in autism. I have, you name it, I have certifications in all kinds of things. So I think life is just about learning, what you're interested in. And
I'd like you to keep talking. I'm going to get rid of my dogs.
Oh, you go right ahead. But yeah, I've just always, that's what like I said, I've always told my kids, if you don't want to go to college, at least find a job where you can be trained. And, my son, he works a job where it's a very important job, and that he was trained in it. And like I said, he went to college 1 year. So, but I'm not, college is wonderful. And if you want to go and you get a degree, I think that is awesome. But someone like me, I don't think I could have sit still long enough. I did try college.
It makes it hard. It makes it hard.
I did college 1 year, 2 years. But when I was working, like I said, when I worked in special education and then for the Department of Human Services, I just said, send me to trainings. Because I tell people I was a training junkie. I'd love to learn. But something like that was, I could just go focus for like 3 days. I didn't have to sit in a class for, 3 months.
Right.
Devil Dog, good channel.
Yeah. That's
there's so
awesome.
many.
So
have to go back and check them all. Now, where do you live? Do you live is he from Australia?
No, Mike is from Minnesota.
Okay. Minnesota. I have some friends in Minnesota.
I have family in Minnesota.
Yeah, and I used to, when I was doing fostering for my dogs, I've fostered over 40 dogs. A lot of them would go to Minnesota and Michigan. I think they would go. They'd get adopted up there. So
So you've had your hands in lots of different.
I think it's just part of, it's that after empty nest, I was just trying to find something to fulfill that. And so I did go into dog fostering, and I did fostering for dogs. And of course, now I have 4 dogs of my own, but that's how we got Beanie. Beanie was a foster, and I fostered. We failed, and now she's ours. But oh yeah, I'm very big in fostering, and I used to be. I've kind of slowed down on that too. I also had my own pet sitting business for a while, so I did that too. And I've worked at Walmart, and I do not. If you work at Walmart, my hat's off to you, because that is a hard job.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, it sounds like it would be.
Be on your feet that long every day.
That's true.
I loved talking to people, but I was not good at. I got in trouble because I talked too much. Can you imagine that? I just don't understand that.
Really?
Yeah,
that's odd.
Yeah, I don't understand why people thought I talked. That's why they wanted to move me to cashier. They said, "Oh my God, you'd be a great cashier because you're just so outgoing and you're so friendly." And I'm like, "But I don't want to be a cashier. I just want to stock toys." Pet food. I don't want to be a cashier.
I have another question for you. In your life right now,
Pardon?
In your life right now, is there something that feels exciting for you? And not just on YouTube. It can be on YouTube, but in life in general. Is there something that is exciting that you want to share?
Well, yes, because you and I have talked about this a lot, about my dream. And I really start hyper focusing on this in the wintertime. I tell people all the time, I want to live either in a tiny home or I want to live in an RV. And
right.
And that's kind of, we've been talking because, I've been doing some decluttering, and that's kind of like why I'm going to start doing this index card thing, because I'm going to start writing. Every year I say, I'm going to sell my house. I'm going to buy me an RV, or I'm going to buy me a tiny home. And I tell myself that every year, and then I'm disappointed because I haven't done it. So that is something I really would like to do, especially coming into this new time in my life. I'm going to be 60. I love to watch women on YouTube that become nomads, van life.
Mm-hmm.
My problem is it's going to be hard because I have way too many clothes and I have too many dogs. So, if I get an RV, it's going to have to be a pretty nice big RV, or I'm going to have to rent a storage unit just for my clothes. So, and, I work in the public. I have to have lots of clothes. But so that is right now. That's kind of what I'm focusing. And then you're going to keep me accountable on that, because you have always, me and you talk at least a couple times a week. I'm not as good as Kathleen is so awesome about checking in on me, and I'm just like, oh, sorry. But yeah, that is kind of what I'm excited about that, because I was excited. I rented a dumpster, and I threw away half my house last week by myself. So yeah, I couldn't walk on Monday. I was in a lot of pain, but that's something every year I've told myself and now I'm kind of thinking, okay, I'll just rent my house out, buy me a camper, I have some land, I could live on it in the summertime, and then maybe move closer into town in the wintertime, because I wouldn't want to drive. So I don't know. That may be future content. I don't know.
That sounds very interesting.
Living in the camper is hard but fun. Oh, okay. So see, I didn't know you did that, Dora.
She just started, because what they're doing is they're renovating their home, and their home is on what are they called? I know what they're called, but the sitting on. Oh my gosh, my brain went. Dora, help me.
help us, Dora, help us.
It's sitting on these posts. I don't remember what they're called. So she was sharing about it, and they're living in a tent trailer, but at the same time they're house sitting. So
nice.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Like you can find house sit jobs in the wintertime when it's cold.
Yeah, I could think about doing something like that. So
Yeah.
there's a really nice RV park down the road from where I work, and so I've talked to them multiple times, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'd love to have you." And I was like, "Well, I haven't got the camper yet," but like I said, that's kind of something um, I'm wanting to do because I would love to make content on that. Because, like I said, this is a new chapter in my life, and you know, it's just something I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to kind of live tiny, and since it's just me and the 4 dogs, so when I go look at campers, I always have to consider my clothes and my dogs. So, but you know, one of them, she's 17. She might go to heaven sometime. I don't know.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm excited about that, and that's why I'm kind of like you and I've talked about this decluttering journey, and you know, and trying to get some bills paid. I got one of my credit cards paid off this month. Yay me! So doing the no spend January has helped, and really just focusing on every dime I get going towards that credit card, and so yeah, that is what I would like to do this year. I would like to, you know, either sell my house, but I'm really thinking about maybe just renting my house out, because what if I try it for a year and I decide I don't like it?
Right.
You know, then I can kick the people out of my house a year later, make them, you know, and say, okay, I'm moving back to my house. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I've got equity in this home, and so, you know, I could always take a loan against and go buy me a camper if I wanted to.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that sounds like an amazing idea.
I know.
So
And you're gonna keep me accountable. Sorry.
yes, that's okay. Everybody in the chat, just a reminder for those of you I haven't greeted yet, I apologize.
Come to Australia. Okay.
Jean Joshua is blind, so okay, no, you found that. Okay, good. Because I'm thinking you can also use the the sound reader thingy sometimes. It's nice to meet everybody. I am going to give everybody a shout out who's been on the live. You have 1 or 2 channels. I'll shout them both out as long as I can see them, so that I don't, because, you know, I might forget about something. Mike's got both of his channels on here. Jean, welcome. Thank you for coming. You know what? Let's take a break right now, Candace. And I'm going to go and do a shout out for everybody who's here right now, or who has been here as well. And then we'll go back to asking you more questions. And if anybody else has any questions, well, they can also ask you some questions. So here we go. I'm going to go to the very top. I should have done this a little bit ago. So Simply Debbie Sue, I believe, is still here. So check out her channel. She does poems and stories, porch talks, and does a beautiful job at sharing. Right now she's sharing her healing journey after surgery. And I think we might take turns on this if there's people that you know about, Candace, if that's okay with you. Living Life with Judith. Do you know Judith, Candace?
Yes, yes.
Would you like to highlight her channel a little bit?
Okay, Living Life with Judith. Judith, we're going to shout you out. And Mike's Adventure Sparks. Now Judith, where are you from? I can't remember where Judith was from.
She's from Canada.
She's from Canada. Okay, that's what I was thinking. And then Mike's in the U.S., right? And then Josh, he's one of our OGs here in the community, isn't he?
And then we've got Belt Loop 29. I've just saw Belt Loop 29 on, I believe it was Dora's channel or somebody else's, or you were on my channel.
Well, he said come to Australia, and I'm sure you need funeral directors in Australia.
There you go.
I get dual license in the States and in Australia.
And then we've got Nicholas. How do you pronounce your last name? Nicholas is from Australia, from Melbourne. Nicholas Groyo or Grolo? And then moving down.
YouTube Police.
There we go. Thank you.
Oh, that one. Nice to meet you. Welcome.
Yes, nice to meet you. And you said your name was Gary, so we have two Garys, I believe, on here tonight.
My brother's name was Gary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, love that name.
Yeah, and then we've got Mrs. Paula does retirement. And moving on down. So we've got Mike has 2 channels. One is Mike Adventure and one you. I'm not sure what that one is about because I haven't watched it yet. We've got Exploradora 80. Have you mentioned that already? From Australia. And Mike's other one.
Don't confuse me.
Pardon?
He said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to confuse it. Don't take much.
Mike's.
I should know. In Alaska. Hey there. Welcome. So glad you're here.
Is that Jennifer?
Beltloop is from Mississippi.
Okay. We've also got local reviewer 82. Welcome.
I'm in Arkansas, you in Mississippi, not too far away.
Miss M, hello. If you're still in the house, I'm glad you guys are all talking and meeting. And art by Pancake. I love that name. I love all the names, but that one is kind of cute.
You know, that's one thing I love about YouTube is I told my daughter one day, and you and I were conversing today, and I told my daughter, I said, it's really weird that I have made more friends and I have more communication with people from YouTube than I do in life. Yep. And my daughter, she was a Twitch streamer, and she told me, she said, Mom, that's how it is. You form a community. And so I know that Kathleen and I have met so many people through YouTube and through Kathleen and a lot of y'all, and I just love it, and so anytime, just reach out, leave me a comment. You can ask. It might take me a few days to get back to you, but I'll get back to you, I promise. But I love it that it is a great community that we have met.
And it's growing all the time.
It is, and I said, but it's really. I mean, I have people I'm closer to through the experience, and I see every day,
Mm-hmm.
and so, but a lot of times, just like I said, with ADHD, I work all day and I come home and I just want to I shut down. Yeah. And I tell people, I laugh. I said, well, by the week, during the week, I'm Candace, the funeral director. On weekends, I become Candance Lynn. And I do not wear my rainbow glasses at work. I wear my clear funeral director glasses. But on the weekends, you can tell when I make a video because I usually got some wild pair of glasses on at the weekends.
Exactly. So I'm just going to do a couple more shout outs here. Mike's Adventure Sparks. And we've done that one. I heard you say hi to somebody else.
Thank you, Introvert. I love them. They're new, and that's what I told. I love rainbows. I love anything rainbow colored, and I love pearls. And I found these on the Temu. I was excited because they were rainbow and they had pearls on them. Usually I wear pearl earrings or pearl necklace. But yeah, these were on the Temu.
So your second channel might be named that, right? Rainbow and Pearls?
We're going to go Rainbow and Pearls. I think that's something that you and I need to collab on.
Oh, there you go. And then we've got Merited Shades of Light. Sorry. And then she's got a second channel that is Healthy Kitchen Wizard as well.
Oh, yes.
And are we missing anybody? Because
Yes. Like I said, I normally have prescription glasses, but these are like readers. I got these on the Temu.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
well,
these
that's awesome.
So these are not any of my prescription glasses. These are from the Temu. So I discovered I can wear some of those reader glasses from Temu or from, as long as, and they're a lot cheaper too.
Yes, exactly.
But that's why I have so many different kinds of glasses, because I order them. Now these came from Temu, but I order a lot of my glasses from Booglam, which I think is like the eyeglass Temu. Oh, there's Dr. Torres. I haven't seen her in a while.
No, she hasn't been on YouTube for a while. She's been quite busy teaching English as a second language. So
way to go, Dr. Torres. That's awesome.
And then we've got Introvert in Alaska. Thanks for joining us.
You don't listen to my English because it's probably kind of. I tell everybody I speak redneck.
That's okay. And everybody's greeting each other. That makes my heart full.
Yeah, we love that. That's one thing I said. We've talked about that, and we love in our community. And that's what it's about. And that's if I've learned anything from Kathleen, it's just, embrace your community, and Kathleen has taught me a lot as far as, YouTube is more than just getting subscribers and getting monetized, and it's about friendships. And I mean, that's how, Kathleen and I met, and so many of y'all that I've already know. And, oh, hey, Josh, I will check out did he post in here?
Which one?
Joshua said you should check out my post. So anyway,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he is posting probably for you. It says, "Where behind the castle? Where is the guy standing
Oh,
at?"
Yeah.
Oh, he's talking to Judith there.
Yeah, he loves the fireworks from at Disneyland. Isn't it Disneyland, Disney World?
Yeah, Disney World. Yeah. Sorry, Doris, that I hope you're still here. Sorry that we didn't say hi later. We hadn't really said hi to anybody except for maybe the first 2 or 3 people. And then now we're taking a break, shouting at everybody, saying hello, greeting everybody.
I love doing this. Like I said, I want to get back to doing it again. And so if anybody wants to collab, give me a, say, hey, Candace, it's just getting myself. I'll put you on one of my index cards and we'll make plans. I'll put you in that's what I was going to show you. So get these so these represent, the days of the month, January 1st. And so you just put all these in. It's like having a planner, but it's in your hand. So
yep.
Anyway.
That's the thing is little by little you're going to find what works for you. Because for me, sometimes I do it on Google Sheets or Google whatever. I used to do it in a notebook, but that was all over the place. So, but you're right. Like finding what works for you, that is key. Because each of us is different and unique, and we're all going to find our rhythm. We're going to find how YouTube works for us.
Mm-hmm. And those
in
of
our
you
time and yeah.
What this is, it's like a planner, but it's on index cards, and you can look up videos on YouTube called Index Cards Planning. Oh, thank you. So, just planning, and it's, if you go on YouTube and just put index cards planning or index card, it's been around forever, but it just gives you something to put in your hand and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And I loved it because some people put Bible verses, Some people put affirmations, because I don't know about you, but I'm real bad about kind of talking a little negative to myself sometimes. So, like I said, you just put something in each day. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try. We'll see if it works.
That's an awesome
Yeah,
awesome
but
idea.
there's 1,000 videos about index card planning. I know some women said, they do it by they put their recipes and they know what they're going to cook that day. It's just kind of like having, like you said, having a Google spreadsheet, but it's actually pulling it out and seeing it. So I think that'll work for somebody like with my brain. I hope. We'll see how long it lasts.
Okay, I'm just going to read a question from Belt Loop. I'm not sure who you're directing this to. Belt Loop, is your name Gary as well? I think it was you that had said that. If not, please correct me. Please forgive my ignorance of what type of videos you do. What type of collabs are you interested in? So are you talking to Candace there, Gary?
Well, I know that we tried it, and that's how I met Kathleen. But I would like to start doing, just like what we're doing. We're chit chatting. Of course, we know each other, and she knows my family, and I know her family, and so we kind of know. So I think maybe it's just something we all need to kind of do. I know that Dora has done some collabs with some people, and okay, Joshua, awesome. And so, just I don't know. Do you have ADHD? I don't know, just something to chit chat, and I know that, like I said, Kathleen is awesome because she does her art and she has a lot of people that she does art with. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, like I said, this is just a normal little chit chat with me and Kathleen, but I would like to start doing that, and Kathleen's going to hold me accountable.
Oops, sorry, I got to turn my.
Hey, Bella, do you have a channel?
And if so, what is your channel about?
And he was are they the ones that had all the dogs? I can't remember.
I know, I think that was Nicholas that had all the dogs.
The dogs, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm Candace. Candace from the US, and that's Kathleen from Canada.
She says, yes, ma'am, I have 5 channels.
Oh my gosh, that is so awesome. What are your channels about?
What we could do, well, he just said he's got 5 channels, so what we could do is when you do a collab with him, you can okay, Belt Loop 29, Belt Loop 29 Eats Out, Belt Loop Homestead, Belt Loop Cute Critters, and YouTube Police. Fun. So is that your other channel then that you had there? YouTube Police is your other channel. Gotcha. There we go. So I'm going to put this up here so everybody can see it. There we go. And I'll leave them there for a little bit here.
Yes, Dora the Explorer. We need to do that. I'm going to write me a note right now. I'm going to put you on one of my, y'all. I'm going to put these people on my, as a matter of fact, I'm going to write me a note to go back here and subscribe to y'all's channels. But yeah, Dora, her time's a little different though, isn't she? Because
she's 16 hours.
Yeah.
It would be 15 from you, I believe, if I'm mathing correct.
3 o'clock in the afternoon, she's getting up watching the sunrise. I'm getting ready to go home for work. And she's watching the sunrise.
So it's not Nicholas that has the dogs. So you must have been right. I get things like that mixed up. And I'm getting behind on people's chats here. Okay.
The Belt Loop said, just shooting the breeze in a live stream, I expect. We always have an open panel and all would be welcome. See, yeah, I think that's what 4:45 p.m. in Alaska. It is 7:43 here. Well, I don't know if my computer's right.
And in Brisbane, it is 11:45 a.m.
Is it a.m.?
A.m. Yeah, it is. Today is Thursday, and for us, for anybody in Brisbane, Australia, it is the morning, almost afternoon.
Wow.
Talk about time travel.
This is funny for me and Kathleen, because when me and Kathleen first met, we both were like, oh, yeah, we're on Central Time. She's in Canada. I'm in the U.S. We're in the Central Time Zone. So we thought, so one time we were going to collab, and I think she was there and I wasn't, or I was there and she, I don't know. Anyways, in the States where I live, we're in Central. Okay, Kathleen and I are at the same time right now. We're on the same time, but our time will change because what is it called? Daylight savings time. Yep. Our time will change in the spring. So we spring an hour forward.
And we stay still.
And they stay still.
In Saskatchewan, not all of Canada. Canada's a big place. We don't have many provinces, but it's land-wise, it's quite large.
Yeah. So like right now, her and I are on the same time because I'm down here in the United States and she's way up there. And so we're on the same time now. But in the spring, it's usually around Easter. Anyways, we spring forward. We spring an hour forward. So, and in the fall, we fall back an hour. So right now, her and I are on the same time, but we won't be for long because we go, what time is it there? What time does your clock say?
Exactly.
I think she thought I was just kind of out of it the other day. And I said, oh, yeah, I'm on. And she'll say, what time does your clock say? And I said, oh, and we realized we was on the same time. So just for a few more weeks, not much longer. Well, maybe about another month and a half.
So I think you're on the same time as Alberta, actually.
Are we? Okay.
The province west of me.
Yeah. But like I said, I thought that they were going to make it to where it didn't change anymore. But obviously they did. I wish they would just leave it.
Yeah.
It's America.
I like it. I like it not changing.
Yeah, I think I would like it too. The only thing I do like in the summertime, it's going to be so nice because it doesn't get dark until like 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
Now it gets dark. 4:30. It's 5 o'clock. It starts getting dark. Right now it is 7:46 p.m.
We're 2 minutes difference. It's 7:48 here.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's on my computer.
I'm kidding.
It's 7:48. Yes.
I'm just kidding.
Or looked on my phone. Hey, I'm in Arkansas. We're a little slow. Yeah, you're in the same time zone. Yeah.
Sorry, Joshua. Do you want to repeat your comment? I'm just kind of putting them up, and there's so many comments coming out at the same time, which is very fun. I love it. But Joshua, I apologize if we didn't see your comment. I did put one up, and Candace did respond to it, but
yeah,
you might have missed it.
Yeah, I need to put an email
Here we
on
my so the question is, do you think Disneyland does fireworks when it's foggy, Candace, or they can't?
I don't know, Joshua. I don't know. I mean, it might not, being that you really couldn't see a lot of fireworks in the fog. So what do you think, Joshua? You think they do the fireworks in the foggy. Now I don't know about y'all, but when it gets foggy here, it is like soup. It is. It's thick, very thick.
Judith, you didn't know that we don't change time here? I've never been to Ontario either, so yeah, we don't change time. We're the only province in all of Canada, as well as the territories, that doesn't change time.
Well, it's good to see Dr. Torres. I didn't realize that you were kind of out of pocket. I knew you hadn't popped up on my YouTube in a while.
She has 3 channels, actually.
Yeah.
One teaching English, one teaching Spanish, and then her midlife. What is it called, Doris? It's Friday here. Yes, it's Friday there.
Nope, it's Thursday night here.
Yeah. Okay. Is Candace Lynn fascinated with Disney fireworks too?
Joshua, yes. I love fireworks. Now my dogs don't like fireworks. Now when they do fireworks, I live in the city limits, but for some reason they still allow people to do fireworks in this area in the town. And but I love to watch fireworks. I'm not crazy about shooting fireworks myself, but I do love fireworks. I love to watch them. But my poor little dogs come. We have 4th of July here, Independence Day, 4th of July in the United States. That's a big firework time. And so my poor little dogs, they just do not like the fireworks. So they usually get a little bit of doggy melatonin. 4th of July.
Yeah, you got it. So Nicholas is in Australia, Jennifer, just so that you know. Same as Dora. All right, I'm going to ask you a few more questions here.
Awesome.
1 second. Okay, what is the most "this could only happen to me" moment that you've had recently?
Oh. I think I told you one a couple weeks ago. What was it that happened to me a couple weeks ago? Oh, well, no, that was last week. This could only have, my life. I mean, I laugh at myself.
I could answer the question for you.
Go for it. Answer. Yeah, because you know more about me than I do. Go for it. Because I usually say, Kathleen, you're not going to believe what happened to me today. And then I always give her a good chuckle.
Well, I'm going to just trigger your memory, and then you can tell the story.
Okay.
You had a couple falls.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, dear Lord. I have always been kind of a clumsy kind of girl. My kids, it stresses them out. Yeah. I mean, I hated that. I mean, people say there's something wrong with you. But yes, I was just really getting after it and cleaning my house. I was mopping my floors and I slipped in my kitchen and I fell. And that was the last fall. And I did fracture my tibia in my leg, and it's better, thank God. Then the fall before that, I said I need to do a video on senior citizens who fall, because obviously it's something that happens to those of us. But my daughter had one of them little machines that you get on and it shakes you, well, it was laying in the floor and I went to step, and when I stepped on it somehow and I messed up my rotator cuff, whatever that is.
Yep.
So I'm telling you, yes, falling is if it could be an Olympic sport, I would win a gold in it. And I want to tell this story because I think I told y'all that I have just started doing, I am what I call myself a celebrant. And if you don't know what that is, it's not really a preacher and it's not really a reverend. It's somebody who will speak words of celebration over somebody's life. And then I'm going to get registered so that I can marry people. I want to be able to marry people. And so I'm not going to marry them, but I will marry them if they're a couple. So I'm not doing it. But anyway, so I now have broadened my horizon and I am a celebrant, and I am now performing funeral services. And I had told I can do a religious ceremony, or I can do just we're celebrating this person. So the first one I did a little over a month ago, the family wanted no reference to God, no prayers, no nothing. I respect that. I mean, you do you, boo, and I've told you, we coexist. And I'm very spiritual and very strong in my faith. I kind of fall short a lot, and but that's just what makes us all human. And anyways, so I did this ceremony, and one of my favorite quotes in that for this man, and the family loved it. They were so proud of it. They said, he had songs by Fleetwood Mac, and he had songs by Neil Young, and then another one. Anyways, so it wasn't religious, but my favorite, and this is my quote that I use because I love Dr. Seuss. I love anything Dr. Seuss. Joshua, do you love Dr. Seuss? Dr. Seuss to me is just a very, very smart man, and I was born on March 3rd, and Dr. Seuss was born on March 2nd. So my favorite quote of Dr. Seuss is don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. And so I used that one in that, and then the other day, when I called you, I said, oh my gosh, I have to do a funeral service. The woman had passed December 22nd, and we had a preacher lined up, and he called and he had the stomach virus. So I guess who had to pull a funeral service, but thank goodness. And now they wanted a religious service. So, I was able to pull scriptures and stuff. But I told myself, when I went and prayed about it, I said, I really want to use that scripture or that quote. And I really think that is going to be my motto quote. Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. And so that's my motto now. I'm going to use that. But anyway, so yes, an hour before the funeral ceremony, I had to pull a sermon out of my ears, and I did quite well, according to my boss. He said he was really proud of me. So,
and if you got a compliment from your boss, that means a lot.
Said he was bragging on me, and so that is right now. I feel like that's my calling right now is doing celebrations of life for people. And like I said, I would like to marry people if they want me to marry. So, and but I tell Kathleen, I pride myself that I don't. I mean, if you want a non-religious ceremony, I want to do it. But if you want a religious ceremony, I'll do it. So yeah, that's my new 2026 thing I'm doing. But I was so excited. I didn't have nobody to tell, but I WhatsApped Kathleen. She was the first person I told. I said, oh my gosh, Kathleen, guess what I did? So yeah, it was
very exciting news.
So thank you. I just came in. And my dog's puking over there in the corner, so don't ignore her. She's 17, she's getting close to meeting Jesus sometimes.
That is funny. Yes, I just think this one comment up here is funny. I don't know if you saw, like a few people have been saying that they're glad that you're hablas español.
Oh yeah, Miss Kathleen, she speaks Spanish.
Oh, and so does Doris. Yeah, Jennifer from Introvert in Alaska says, Candace, oh no, I'm glad you are doing better. That was her second fall. Wasn't that your second fall, the one in the kitchen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where I
Because you're already walking with a cane.
I walked with a cane for a little over a month, but some days I think I need a cane.
Well, there's no shame in that.
No. And Kathleen made a little artsy thing of me one day, and I had my cane.
Yeah. I don't.
See, my father officiated all the marriages in my family. Oh, that's awesome. Haven't had one divorce.
Who said that?
Bell Loop said that. Said my father officiated all the marriages in my family. They haven't had one divorce. I am not Canadian. I'm from the U.S. I don't know if you're talking to me.
No, they were asking us if we had the Queen.
Okay.
But Judith answered, so.
Oh, somebody's wanting to know about the ADHD evaluation. I did mine. A doctor administered mine, and it was just asking me questions, and we got through like the first 8, and she just put her pen down and she goes, "Your textbook ADHD." Oh, I'm glad you like the quote, introvert. Yeah, that is my all-time favorite quote. So yeah, she told me I was textbook ADHD. She said, "I'm not asking you anymore." So yeah, so yours might be a little bit longer, but anyways, but yeah, when I worked in the school system, and I worked in special education, every year I loved in March we did a Dr. Seuss. We did a Dr. Seuss, and like I said, I was born on March 3rd. Dr. Seuss's birthday is March 2nd. And so that was always my favorite thing that I got to do. The teacher always said, run with it. And so I got to do all the Dr. Seuss stuff. And we decorated, we made hats. I just love Dr. Seuss. And so I don't know if God just planted that quote on me, but when I used it that day at that funeral that I had to, oh, thank you. I would love to marry people. You know, and someone asked me the other day if I would do, same-sex marriages, and I said, I don't know. That's something I haven't really even thought of that. I'm not opposed to it. I mean, I'm one of those people. You and I talk. You do you, boo. This, we all got to get through this life, and I don't know. It's something I would just have to, I'd have to think about it. Now, my priest might not like it, but. I don't know. I think that's just a personal thing, a conviction that I would have to. So I don't know. I'm going to look into it. I think it's something I just need to. I'm one of those people that believe love is love, but we all, like I said, we coexist.
We do.
I know where my faith is. My faith has struggled in the last few years, but I've been attending a church, a different church that I had grew up in, and my son had joined this, and I found the beauty in it, and it's back to the basics. It's not man-made religion, and that's where I've really gotten really turned off from religion as far as what man makes of it. So
yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
I have another question for you.
Okay.
All right. So if life right now had a title, what would it be?
If what?
If your life had a title, what would it be?
Well, let's see. Rainbows and pearls.
There you go.
I think rainbows and pearls.
Rainbows and pearls.
Because, I tell people my favorite, I don't know if any of y'all have heard this song, but the name of this song is called Unwritten. And I think I've shared that with you. It's called Unwritten, and it's a song that It's by Natalie Benny. I don't know, y'all might know it, but anyways, it's an older song. But it talks about, that's one thing. When I got a divorce, I found out that nobody was going to save me, and the only person that was going to save me was me, and I had to learn to say things like, do not put the key to your happiness in somebody else's pocket and expect them to make you happy.
Exactly.
So that song is called Unwritten. Y'all can look it up. It's on YouTube. And the words really speak to me. So I would say it would have to be Rainbows and Pearls.
Awesome.
Candace's life is yet to be unwritten. The next chapter. This is my next chapter in life. And so
I like that.
yeah, so you need to listen to that song because it was a just kind of awakening for me one day. Like I said, when I was going through my divorce, and I realized that nobody could help me, nobody could save me but me,
Yep.
and I preached that to my daughter and, well, both my kids, and so yeah, that.
Somehow
Yes,
I was behind in what you already read. I'm not sure how.
that's
So I think you already answered Jennifer's question,
yeah.
right?
So just go in there with an open mind, introvert, and don't be ashamed if you are diagnosed with ADHD. You might have what they call attentive. There's so many, but don't be ashamed. Embrace it. It's what makes us unique. And you could go, oh my god, but I got ADHD. And don't use it as a crutch. Just laugh at it. I laugh at myself every day.
Me too. You gotta.
I wake up and I go, oh, did I really do that? So, yes, I will. I will show my kids that. My kids are not here. They actually live, they're adults and they live and they have their own lives, but I will be happy to show that
I was reading at the clinic that I am going to do that. The test will be all day. I'm nervous.
No, don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. I mean, it's not like they're going to grade you or anything. It's
No.
just be very honest. Like I said, when I finally took my test, and then it answered a lot of questions. And I tell people that I can remember my life changed when I was about 12 years old. I can look back now and I see things that happened when of course, like I said, I'll be 60, but things and how I was always different and how I thought differently, and I thought I was kind of weird. So it puts a big perspective on, oh, this is why I think like I do. So that's why I said, don't be ashamed of it. Embrace it.
Yeah.
Embrace it, and it makes us unique. It's like people who have autism. I mean,
Yep.
I have certifications in autism, and I think, I don't know. It's not a bad thing.
Have you ever done tests online, Jennifer? I've done a few tests online, and that might help you to feel less nervous if you do something like that. Just to kind of expect a few of the questions might be similar. Do we want to leave this question for another day? Because it might be.
Well, like I said, I'm not a judgy person, and I don't, I tell people, do you, boo, and that's kind of me,
Yeah.
I know where I stand in my faith and my spirituality, and I'm not going to go and shove it down. I'm not going to shove it down somebody's. As far, you love who you love. I mean, I'm not your judge, and I can't tell you if that's not bad or good. And I have several friends that are gay, and I don't love them any less. And I'm not, like I said, it might be something we might want to talk about later.
Yeah, and I have family members that are gay, so.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not against it. I mean, I just think it takes us all to make the world go round, and right now our world is just in a crummy place, and I just don't watch the news, and I don't know. I just do not. I don't support the hate and the. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm like you. My brain's fried. It's late, but I'm. You do you. You know, like I said, you do you, boo, and you love who you want to love, and it's not for me to judge you.
Exactly.
Just me and the 4 dogs, Joshua. Just me and the 4 dogs. Yep. The 4 little dogs and my flamingo lamp.
Well, I'm not sure who's all still here. On my end, it looks like there's only 2 people, but we've still had lots of people commenting. So,
Yeah. Well,
let me know if anybody's still here. Regardless, I'm going to ask you just one more question.
Yeah. You know, Judith just made a great little comment there. I mean,
yep. I did post that one, and then Belt Loop was commented, and Nicholas.
Yeah, as I said, that's my motto. You do you, boo. You know, no skin off my nose, and I don't think anybody was running anybody off. They just probably got bored with us.
And now it's back up to 7. So sometimes that's how my thing is. It's like it'll show that nobody's there, and then it'll come back on.
Okay. See, Belt Loop says they talk a lot, so they would fit in really well.
Okay, I like this one. When your life gets heavy, do you have a comfort routine?
Oh yeah, and I discussed this a lot, and with our friend who's going for her ADHD test, and I used to always feel guilty, and I know this is one of your ways of coping as well, and I'm usually off on weekends. Of course, I got to work this weekend, but my self-care routine for me, because you know can't spend a lot of money, you know, but one day I will just spend all day in bed, and I will. Yeah, I mean at first I used to feel guilty because I thought I needed to be constantly doing something, but with ADHD, our brains do not shut off. I have trouble sleeping at night, and so because my brain, but I'm learning some self-help stuff with that, like increasing my magnesium glycinate and something else, and so that's kind of a guilty pleasure for me. I will just take if I have the opportunity, just take one day and just go and turn everything off. I don't. I just lay in my bed. I have my 4 dogs. They are my therapy. Basically, I'm their caretaker. So I have one with an insulin dependent, so I have to give her insulin. So I used to feel so bad about that, about sleeping. I thought, oh my God, I slept all day. No, being older too, and then being with ADHD, your brain doesn't shut off, and you've got to have you've got to catch up on all that sleep. And that's what my doctor told me. She said, how late do you stay up? And I said, well, I don't want to stay up late, but it's because I can't shut my brain off. So take that day to compensate just feeling better, you know, or I'll go outside. If it's nice outside, I'll lay outside in a lounge chair all day, you know, but you've got to, don't beat yourself up, because I beat myself up because I think, oh my God, I'm so lazy. I didn't do a doggone thing today, you know, but no, it's just part of ADHD.
Good night, Judith. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Yeah, I can't sit still. It's hard for me to sit still. Now I'm doing pretty good right now because my meds have wore off, and I drink a little bit of caffeine, and caffeine kind of will help me stay, kind of focused. But every now and then you'll see me kind of drift. Of course, me and Kathleen get sleepy early too, so
we do.
no.
Um,
But again, all I can say is with your ADHD, don't be ashamed.
yeah. So Nicholas was asking if we like the Ellen show.
Is that like Ellen DeGeneres?
Yeah.
That was, I was not, no, I was not a big Ellen fan. She was okay, but I don't, I'll be honest, I don't watch TV. I watch very little TV. I have a TV, it's about this big, but I usually spend time either on my computer or I don't watch a lot of TV. I can tell you the last TV show that I watched that my daughter made me watch, and that was Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. Okay.
But that was the first season. She made me sit and watch every episode, and then I was just like, if I watch TV, I've got to be pricing stuff for my booth. I got to be writing notes. I got to work on I've got to have something else to do. I can't just sit and watch
Yeah.
TV. You'll notice I kind of fidget now,
So Living with Judith says, I am LGBTQ plus friendly. Everyone is allowed to live its life the way they want to.
Amen.
Yeah,
Amen.
I agree with that.
I have, like I said, I have always, I've always been very spiritual, but I don't think it's my place to judge anybody. It's, I wasn't put in the circle to judge. And, I always tell people I've gotten called for jury duty and stuff. And I'll just tell them, I say, I can't do it because one, I have ADHD and I mentally do not think I could fairly judge somebody. And it's not my place to judge somebody. So
exactly.
I usually get out of jury duty. So, because I use that. One, I don't want to judge anybody, and two, I just don't think I could judge fairly. And that's why I hate jury duty.
Yeah.
You all have jury duty like that? Where you get called, you have to go serve on
We did. Here in Saskatchewan, Alberta, I never did. But I never went. And because we lived like an hour, we lived in a small town.
Yeah.
So it was like an hour and a half to 2 hours away to go. And it's like, why are you calling me from a small town to go? Like, and I didn't get in trouble for it. So like,
no, but if you have a Bible, now here they'll send a warrant out for you, but I just usually write a nice little letter saying, look, I have ADHD, I have PTSD, I do. I'm been diagnosed with it, and I just don't think putting myself in that situation is not good for my mental health, but I don't think it's fair that I should sit on a jury with people and judge somebody. So no, I don't put in that position. So those who serve on juries, I think that's wonderful. I'm glad you do that, but again.
So Nicholas says, because Ellen says that you guys love Ellen, or Australia says, well, the thing is, there's many people in both countries, Canada and the United States, and so everybody's gonna like some things, and some will like her, some won't. It's just not everybody's the same.
She wasn't my cup of tea. I watched her occasionally, but it's not like
she wasn't horrible either. So as far as I know, I don't know.
Look at her. Her hair's gotten real dark, but I think she looked better as a blonde.
Oh, she's colored her hair?
Well, I guess she's let it naturally grow out, because she's moved out of the States. She's lived in the country.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and so, like I said, I never really was a huge fan of hers anyways. I take her or leave her. If she had a guest on that I wanted to see, then yeah. I usually liked when she had NSYNC on because I kind of like NSYNC. My boy band era.
Yep. Joshua, Judith has left already, so she's not going to be able to answer your question right now. Mike was his son's dog is a Malamute and just had 6 puppies today.
Oh my gosh. Puppy breath.
Yep.
I will say no more. Okay. I love puppy breath. It's like kryptonite to me. I mean, after fostering so many dogs, oh yeah.
Yep.
So people think it's gross, not me. I love puppy breath.
Belt Loop says, I don't know what to think about it. It's my understanding that activity helps the algorithm. So I tend to feel like it's fine, but after I talk too much, and so I have to restrain myself. Hey, Candace and I understand because we are the same. But I do appreciate, because I have to do the same thing when I'm on other people's lives. I have to sit back because otherwise I'll be just typing, and I'll be taking over the whole thing. So I appreciate you restraining yourself, but at the same time being involved in the conversation, because we don't want you to not be involved. But I understand you 100% because I'm the same way.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I'm ever in one of Kathleen's lives, I'm usually the one taking on the chat.
And like for us here, it's not a problem, but sometimes the other people feel like, oh, I can't talk or I can't, but you're awesome. And I appreciate you very much, Beltloop, or Gary, I believe your name is. And then Jennifer, I was going to say Judith, introvert in Alaska. Jennifer says, no, the brain does not shut off and it's hard to sit still. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to tell you a little thing about me when I first, because like I said, I got diagnosed at 40. And I was married to a man that told me I couldn't take medication. So I didn't take medication until I was 56. And let me tell you what, I was a little nervous about taking it. And this is how I describe my ADHD. I hear everything around me. Like my meds have wore off. So I hear everything. I hear my dogs barking. I hear my heater running. I hear the people outside. And when I take my medication, everything shuts off. And I make jokes about it, and I don't mean to make jokes. I said, I don't hear the voices. And it's not so much voices. It just, when I take my medication, this is how I feel. It just all zeroes in. This is me. This is how I feel. My medication only lasts, during the day because it doesn't stay with me very long. But the first time I took my medicine, and the first time I didn't hear all the noise around me, I cried because for the first time in my life, I was focusing. I couldn't believe it. It was just, and I told my doctor that. It was a very emotional about the first 3 months I was on medication. It was emotional and I kind of journaled and wrote about, but I tell people, if you ever notice when you watch TV when I was a kid, when the channel would go off and it would turn into that like snow and it would just be snowy and it was nothing. That's how I felt my brain felt. Felt like that noise was going on, and then when the first time I took medicine, everything just went. And and my coworkers even know, like the other day when I was having to write that sermon in an hour, he's ADHD, but he's 22, and I looked at him and I put my hand and I said, you're going to have to stop, because you have to set boundaries for yourself, because if you are trying to focus on something and everything around you and your medicines haven't taken effect yet, you have to take a moment and say, okay, you're going to have to stop. And you have to put yourself first. I mean, I know it's, I wished I would have been medicated when my kids were growing up. I think
Just give me 1 second. We're going to say goodbye to Gary and Mike. They're heading off.
Hey. Oh, yes, please. And reach out anytime. Oh, 3 o'clock. Yuck. I used to get up at 3 o'clock. I get to sleep in the morning. But yeah, so Miss Introvert, please do not, if you are diagnosed with ADHD, and but don't be ashamed. And if they do, you can either do it on your own or you can take medication. You know, I mean, you do what you want to do. Yeah, it like I said, first 3 months I was like, oh my gosh, this is how life is supposed to be. And I tell people the reason my meds don't stay with me as long, I can usually take my meds around 9 o'clock in the morning, and about 2:30 they're done. But I had weight loss surgery about 5 years ago, so it doesn't stay in my system as long because my stomach is smaller, so I don't get the long. I mean, I could probably take like another one, but I don't. I just take my one, gets me through my work day, and then that's why y'all see me. I'm just all over the place in the evening. So,
of course, we missed Eugene.
Embrace it. Don't be ashamed. And there's so many people on YouTube. Oh, there's Ro. And hi, Ro. There's so many people to watch on YouTube, and just reach out and don't be ashamed of your diagnosis, because I think I'm unique.
Exactly.
You know, God made it this way. So
exactly.
And he don't make junk.
What'd you say?
He don't make junk.
No, he does not.
A little bit crazy, but
For any of you who don't know, this is my husband here.
yeah.
Loyola. Candace knows. Dora knows, but she's gone, I think.
It's usually in our video like this. I didn't make her cry. She was crying the other day, and he's going, I didn't make her cry. We know you didn't make her cry. Because if you made her cry, I'd come to Candace.
We won't talk about that one.
No, I'm kidding. No, he said, I didn't make her cry. But you were just having a moment.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was. It was one of those days.
I always said when I cry, and I cry at least twice a week, maybe 3 times. I think it's just it's a coping mechanism for me.
It is.
It's a coping, and crying is not bad. Crying is good, and so yeah. So don't ever be ashamed of crying.
No, I typically don't. But
that's what I was told. My therapist told me it's a coping mechanism, and I thought, okay. Look at them hearts. That's so sweet. How's he do that?
Those are YouTube hearts.
I love that.
It's on there somewhere.
So, hey, yeah, keep us posted on your, send me a message. I need to put me a new email on my YouTube. The one I've got, I've not been able to check it. I don't know why. I can't get into it, so I need to put a new. But you can find me on. You can find me on Facebook, but I have it set, my privacy set, so you can find me. It's under Candance Lynn. I use it mainly for my YouTube, so you can go on there and find me. You'll see it says "Carry On Candace" in big words. So I use it for my YouTube, but yeah, reach out to me. I really would like to know how your testing goes, and I pray that you find some comfort and you find some peace in it, and like I said, don't be ashamed. Embrace it, because it can be a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It really can. And I know that Kathleen has had her struggles with her health and stuff, and you know, you could sit and be a pity party, but I think with you putting yourself out there and sharing it, I think I've learned so much from people on YouTube that have shared about their ADHD and being over 50. And yeah, please do introvert, because don't be ashamed. Please don't be ashamed. Regardless if you are diagnosed ADHD or not, you're just unique, and you will find your way of dealing with things. And don't be scared. Don't be worried. Just go in there, and it's not a hard test. It's not A, B, C, or fail.
No.
You're going to be so happy to finally get answers.
Yeah, and everybody responds differently. Because I've watched other people who have said, when I found out I was autistic, or when I found out that I had ADHD, and it could have, had I known sooner, it could have helped my life. But that's also maybe not, because if your teachers don't know how to help you, then they might label you and treat you a lot differently than they did. Like it's one of those things you just don't know. So yeah. I think, when one is diagnosed at a certain age, it can be a blessing.
Well, it is, and like one of my really good friends was my business teacher in high school. She's like 75, and she remembers me as a student. And when I finally told her that I was, she said, "Man, that explains a lot of you when you were in high school." And I wasn't a bad kid. I was not like a B student. I was like a CD student. I had to work very hard. Well, maybe a B, C, D student. I had to work very hard for those grades. But she said, "Now I look back at you," and she said, I see now." She said, "It explains a lot of of how you were and how I grew up." So. Yeah. So that made me feel better that she noticed, and she said, she was glad that I finally. But then, like I said, girls didn't have it, boys did.
Right. And when I was younger, I never heard about it. I didn't hear about ADHD until my husband and I were running a kids club in church. That's when we started hearing about ADHD, and the way that people treated kids with ADHD back then was like they were not smart. You're not going to be able to learn to read. This one boy, because our oldest was able to read at 2.5 or 3, and this boy, because we did the memorizing of Bible verses and all that kind of stuff. So he's like, "No, I can't memorize it." And so I said to him, "Let's go out of the room and read this for me." Right? Because he's like, "Well, nobody's going to help me." And I said, "Well, read this for me." "Well, I can't read." "Yeah, sure you can. Just read it for me. Let me see." So he did. And yeah, he was a little bit slow, but not overly, So I said, the more you practice, the more you're going to get better. And it's okay. You don't have to read fast. Just read what you can and memorize what you can. It doesn't have to be, perfect or anything.
Yeah.
So he did, and he started improving. So the thing is, people listen to doctors or psychologists in those days, and that's what they were labeled and treated as if they were not smart. And I couldn't get that through my head, because any kid that I knew that had ADHD was very intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
And so
autistic too.
Yeah, some of them were autistic.
And my friend, when I was working in special ed, and her son, and she said, "Well, they said my son will never read, and he'll never write, and he'll never do this, and he'll never," and I said, "Never say never, don't listen to them." Well, I worked with him, and I had him reading in kindergarten, and anyways, he graduated high school. He was 1 point from being the salutatorian, and he is a pharmacy technician, and they told her when he was little, he's never going to be able to talk. He's never, and I'm like, no, so no, I don't have a lot of faith in doctors sometimes. So,
sorry.
Ooh, who's in air traffic control?
Jennifer.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
She said she did horrible throughout school, but excelled as an air traffic controller. That makes sense.
See, that's awesome. And my hat's off to you because my son works in he's not air traffic control, but he works in that same field. And anyway, that's awesome that you have been. That's what I said. And that's what I tell my boss every day at work. Everybody's good at something. Like my coworker, she's good at numbers and insurance claims and stuff like that. And me, I'm good with designing things. And I use Canva a lot to do memorials, and I like to create things and do things, and I like to talk to people. And then we have another guy. Everybody's good at something, and that's what I try to explain to my boss. Just because you have a college degree in this doesn't mean you might excel in that. But and that's what I've tried to tell him, that we all are good at something. That's for me. I hate numbers. I don't like dealing with insurance, but my coworker, she's amazing at it. Now me, I can sit over there and play on Canva and design you something all day long, and talk your ears off. But is that Mocha?
This is Mocha.
Mocha. She looks like Mocha. Or he.
Yeah, Dominic named her.
I love that name. I had a little dog that was a little foster dog, and she was a Chihuahua with brown, and she had little brown spots on, and they called her Latte.
Cute.
She looked like Latte. I was like, oh my gosh, she does kind of look like a latte. So, but yeah, that is a very stressful job. I cannot imagine, and my hat's off to you, especially if you had to go through the whole shutdown thing. I don't know, are you in the United States? Because it was horrible. It was horrible. My son suffered through that. Now they're talking about another one. Talking about another shutdown. I pray to God that doesn't happen again. But my son said he's in a little bit better position than he was than the first one. So, but hopefully they get it straightened out. Is he good to go to bed now, Mama?
He's in the bathtub, so hopefully he doesn't fall asleep in the bathtub.
Fall asleep in the tub. Do not do that.
No, especially short people. We shouldn't fall asleep in the bathtub.
No drinking in the tub. Don't be, my daughter would say, I'm drinking a glass of wine and I'm laying in the tub. Don't do that. The tub and alcohol does not mix.
Oh, Leonard's playing the guitar.
We still got people on.
So,
I made Rose like, no drinking and you don't fall asleep.
I didn't really. 1 second here. I've been a full-time.
Oh my.
And then I homeschooled for years, but my early years I worked as a controller. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, I homeschooled that youngest one of mine. That one just about pushed me over the edge. Yep. It got her graduated because she was, hello baby. Oh my gosh.
Now he needs attention.
Anybody that can homeschool more than one kid. I did one and again.
I did 2 at a time, not as many as Jennifer, but I did 2 at a time, and then I did my youngest.
Oh, yeah. It's hard work. I mean, it's very rewarding. Don't get me wrong, but that's hard work, really.
It is. It's very hard work.
I had to do over again, though. I would, and I was younger, and I would probably homeschool my kids now, especially with everything
that's going on.
And but I would most definitely homeschool my children now. And but I don't have any. The wireless portable charger I got Kathleen. Oh, did you get her a wireless portable charger?
Oh no, sorry. He was just asking me if he could tell you about it. You go ahead and tell her about your wireless portable charger. He got one for Christmas, and then he got another one out. So you go ahead and tell about it.
I need one of those. I really do. Yes.
So he'll type it out for us, and then
Yeah, I'll go get one of my babies. You know, so don't look at my messing with.
yeah,
Like I said, I'm showing you my antique couch I got. That was a.
I love that. Have you seen Jennifer's place? It is gorgeous.
Girl, that's never been said on.
I mean,
It's
Jean's
beautiful.
place is gorgeous. Who's this? Have I seen this one?
This is Birdie bought. Birdie bought. She came to me because I think she got dumped. I think when I took her to the vet, they think she was a breeder dog. That she was a
right.
very tiny little Chihuahua, and they think she was a breeder. And because if you look at her little toenails, they're crooked, so they thought maybe she was like caged. And she showed up at one of my fellow fosters' home, and she knew that I fostered all the babies. And so, anyways, I tried to find her family. I put her on Facebook. I put her in every group, and nobody claimed her. And so, instead of putting her up for, for foster, they would have transported her to another area to be adopted. I kept her.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and she's got a little carrot going. So this eye, I think, is pretty much gone. But she's a little, but you can see her little toenails. So they think that she probably stayed kenneled.
How old is she?
I don't know. She looks old. I'm going to say she's at least 10.
Right.
Well, she's the baby. She's the baby. But she did not like attention when I first got her. She didn't like to be loved on. But I think a lot of that was because she was a kennel dog.
Right.
A breeder.
Not used to it.
But now she wants to be loved on her conditions.
Conditions, yeah. Like a cat.
Yeah, I loved on her the other day and she didn't like it. She bit me on the nose.
Oh. So Joshua says
from rescue. Yeah, so her name is Birdie. I call her Birdie Bot. But anyways.
Sorry.
So that's Birdie Bot. And
Birdie Bot?
Birdie, yeah.
Birdie, okay.
Birdie.
Gotcha.
I called her Birdie because I had an aunt named Alberta, and she had red hair, and she was mean as a snake. And my dad called her Birdie. I love redheads, but my aunt was mean. And my daddy called her Birdie. And, oh, that Birdie. And my mama would say, I'm going to go see Birdie. And so, I don't know. One day I looked at her and I said, you need a name. I'm going to call you Birdie because she was mean. She was feisty.
Right.
She was red-headed or red. So, yeah, that's where Birdie Bot came from.
Cute.
So
Joshua gave you the information about his new wireless portable charger.
On my dad's phone. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Well, congratulations, Josh. That is so cool. I love the name Josh because that is my son-in-law. Joshua, yeah, that's my son-in-law's name. His name is on my wall.
He prefers Joshua over Josh.
Yeah, I usually call mine Joshua, but yeah, his name is Joshua, and my daughter calls him Josh, but I like to call people. I have a nephew named Joshua also. Thank you. Thank you. She's so sweet. And like I said, I have 4 dogs. I feel like I run a nursing home for dogs, for chihuahuas, elderly chihuahuas. And, and like I talk about wanting to move Tiny, and I'm thinking, so when I go and camper shop or tiny home shop, I have to think of, okay, I have 4 dogs.
Yeah.
And they're small dogs. I mean, don't get me wrong, but, I still have to think about them.
Mm-hmm.
Think about my clothes.
Yes, exactly. Well, bye, Jennifer. Thank you very much. Oh, what did you say? Bye. who said bye? I got my chinchillas from a rescue. Oh, cool.
Yeah, she was a chinchilla. That's neat.
Bye, lovely ladies. I gotta go. Thank you for hanging out with us for so long, Jen.
Yes, and please keep us posted. Reach out to me or reach out to Kathleen and let us know how you're. And I think her testing was it coming up? She said.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in my prayers and you're in my thoughts, and you just embrace it. That's all you can do, and don't be ashamed.
And Jean has a dog named Princess Bella. She's so cute.
Oh, I love that.
And she has a beautiful house as well. But they're just the one that Jennifer has. She's got all these like colorful lamps. And because we both love color, I bet you've never heard of Mog Safe before, Candace. That is the
No, I have not. No, I've not heard of that.
He's very techie.
Oh, you know what? Birdie is so sweet. You would love Birdie.
Well, Candace, do you think it is time to let the people go? Are you going to bring your last one?
This is your favorite.
Oh, there's Bean Boo or Beanie Boo.
Boo Beanie,
Boo Beanie.
This is Boo Beanie. I talk a lot about her. You know, she's insulin dependent, diabetic, and has lost both her eyes.
Yes.
Joshua, my dog, is blind, but she's like you. She does very well in this world. So she had to have both her eyes removed because the diabetes basically took over and she lost her sight. And she's doing so good. I'm really proud of her. And she takes insulin twice a day. So.
Yep. And you were really nervous for her, right? When she became totally blind, but
she's done so well. I am just amazed at how she's not, I think if anything, she's so much better. She doesn't hurt. She's not uncomfortable.
Yeah.
The other dogs are real good about leading her around.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, I don't take her places that she's not familiar with. And then she has like a little device that straps on her, and it's called a halo. And it's like a little rubber band that goes in front of her face to keep her running into stuff. But here at the house, I don't make her wear it. But if we go to bed or something, but she's done really well. I'm very proud of her, and I keep thinking I'm gonna make a YouTube channel about her. But
you could.
And her struggles.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I'm just, like I said, I'm very. Somebody said they love Robin. Yeah, you'd be like Beanie. Beanie usually sits in my lap or she sleeps on my shoulder. So, but yeah, Birdie. Yeah, you would love Birdie. Birdie's a sweetheart. All my dogs are sweet. They really are. Even the old grouchy. So, well, we better call it a night. I'm tired. I know Kathleen's exhausted. I've got to be at work early in the morning, and I got to work till about 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow night. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Candace. It was a blast.
Oh, I love it. I love hanging out with you. We always have so much fun. Yeah.
And next week, I believe I have Mrs. Paula does retirement.
Oh, how exciting. I can't wait.
22nd. So yeah.
And real quick, is that a poncho that you have on?
This is a poncho.
Okay. See, I was looking at those on your website
and today. This is the shirt with the same pattern.
But they're separate.
Yeah, they're separate. They're separate. I just wear them together because I was a little bit chilly, so I thought I'm going to wear my poncho.
See, I love ponchos.
I have another order coming because I want to be able to show not all of my clothing, but a lot of my clothing.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I was eyeballing those today. Those are
the weight of it is so light, which I love, and it just hangs so nicely.
They do. It looks nice.
And because I don't like heavy clothes, like when I was a teenager, I used to wear rayon. That's when I was able to choose my own clothing and buy my own when I was out working. It was rayon or just clothes that fit loose and light and all that kind of stuff. So,
well, I love it. I would, like I said, if you haven't, you need to check out her website because it's amazing. Because you didn't even want to start putting stuff in your cart.
Hey, Jean, send me an email, would you? And I can put you on my list to do chit chats with. I do have a list, so I would love to hear from you, and I think that would be a wonderful thing to do a live with you. And Joshua would like you to know, Candace, that he's also autistic.
And I know I love autistic. I used to. I have certifications in autism, and I used to teach autistic kids. So yeah, I love one of them is a pharmacist. Pharmacy tech is what he is right now.
And Joshua says, maybe I might talk to you on your channel, Candace.
Please do. Please do. I would love to. I'm going to get better about doing my lives.
And he also has a channel as well. So if you feel like checking out his channel.
Is it under his name?
Yeah, it's under his name.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back on here in a minute. I wrote some notes down. And yeah, go check out our website. It is amazing. The ribbon candy is my favorite pattern, and the ladybug. But I really want the ribbon candy tunic and the headband.
Nice. If there's anything on there, like the ladybug one, and you want it in a piece of clothing that I don't have on there, just let me know because I probably do have it. I just haven't posted it to my Shopify account yet.
Oh, okay. Because I was wanting some T-shirts. I really like to have that ribbon candy in a T-shirt.
Well, I will in the men's T-shirt or in the ladies' T-shirt.
I think I would rather have the men because I kind of like my T-shirts loose. Are the women's fitted?
It's like this.
That's the women's T-shirt.
Yeah, this is the women's
so the are probably a little bit longer in the arms. Are the arms longer?
Let me get my husband's 1 second.
Oh, you don't have to do that, but I was just curious. Oh, you need to, if you have not been on her website, I was sitting there just going through everything, but my favorite one right now, well, but I can't pick a favorite, but the one I'm really liking right now is called Ribbon Candy. Then we call each other Ladybug. That's just kind of a cutesy name that we started calling each other. There's a reason why we call it. There's Ladybug. Isn't Kathleen mean Ladybug or something we was talking about? Okay, so it's a little longer in the arms.
Yeah. So this is a large men's, but and it fits me decently.
Okay. But it's a men's.
Yeah, this one's a men's. This is an extra large ladies.
Okay. Yeah, I think I would really like the men's because I just like a T-shirt, a men's T-shirt. I just like my T-shirt.
Yeah, and this is more, it feels a little bit more like cottony. This is more like feels more satiny. And everyone's going to be a little bit different.
I think I would like the men's because I just like my shirts I don't like them fitted.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but yeah, you need to check out her stuff. But yeah, my favorite right now is the ribbon candy. And I think that's what it's called. Maybe it's because my name is Candy. Yeah. I don't know. But I like it. No, I just like the colors in it. And then, but I was looking at the tunic and I thought, but if you can make it in a T-shirt.
Yeah, I do have it already in a T-shirt. I just haven't posted it yet.
Yeah, then I can wear it with leggings and stuff like that. So, yeah. So I think I might like the T-shirt.
Sounds great.
Sounds great. Okay, so how fast can you charge a 5? Oh, I don't know. How fast can you charge that, Josh?
See, my side here lags when it comes to the messages.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at my phone.
That's good that you're seeing them there because mine will all of a sudden I'll get like 5 or 6 messages at the same time and you've already read them all. So
well, you know what?
that's good.
I think I've had it on private chat, but I wonder if this comments pop. Oh, blonde moment. There's all the comments. And I've been watching it on my phone.
Oh.
All this time it's been on private chat, and I was like, I don't see the comments, so that's why I got my phone out. Oh my gosh, yeah. Blonde moment.
Well, we live and we learn all about this stuff. There's so much with StreamYard to learn.
Yeah.
I wanna add like a intro video and an outro video, but I haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
Takes so long.
But now I see all the comments on here. But I think the comments are slower on StreamYard than they are here.
They are, yeah. Because I still don't see the comment that you just read. So
yeah. Let's see. How long is the list so far? This is what leading healing is talking about. Were you saying me or Jean? I think they're going to do collabs. If there's a Jean, and yeah, I'm stuck on. I guess that's what they were talking about.
oh, there we go. I all of a sudden got like 5.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what they were talking about. If they were talking about like a collab, because they said how long is the list?
Oh, see, healing, leading healing. We've got like 2 minutes left, bud. Sorry.
Probably avid broadcaster. She is. She is. She's the OG.
Are you ABA trained, Candace? What does that mean?
Yeah, I don't know that one. I don't even see that one.
So leading healing says, hi there, great glasses. I didn't realize you were live now at first. I thought I was missing. PS is Joshua Sickles, the one who is often in your chat and is blind. And yeah, great to see Kathleen and guest here. This is Candace. And she used to work with autistic people. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I know what ABA is.
What's ABA, Jean? If you're still around. We'll have to learn or create a StreamYard account unless there's another option. Oh, wow, this one is 2 hours in. I hope it went well. I'm not sure what the topic, or usually when I
We're just chatting.
when we do a chit chat in the beginning, we chit chat between us, and then I ask questions about Candace and her channel or whoever I'm talking with that day.
No, not.
And then we visit, and then we talk with all the people watching, and then, you know, it's just laid back. And some would be, so, yep, I did summarize that. So kind of.
Yeah, StreamYard is not that hard. I was little, I mean, I'm like, panicky, but Kathleen kind of walked me through it, and it's really easy. And you can do it from your phone too. I have done lives with her before on my phone, and but now tonight I'm on my computer. So,
how long is the list so far? It's getting longer all the time, but I remember when you asked, so I'm just trying to confirm some dates, and then I will also get you up and listed. And my dog is pacing, which means he's doing the pee-pee dance.
yeah, my dogs are too. They're all standing at the door. I see them. They're like, lady, it's time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
You've
been talking long enough, lady.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, applied behavior analysis.
Yeah, no, I don't believe I have that certification. I have several, but not that one. I have a behavior certification. I have to look at, but it's not that one.
All right. Well, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I'm sorry it was only a couple minutes that you were here leading healing or see. but we will catch you around next time.
Yes, and yeah. And I'm like I said, I've been writing all these people's names down so I can go back and like all their channel or subscribe to y'all's channels, and I'll make sure to subscribe to Josh's. And yes, Josh, I have an iPhone. I think it's a 15. I don't know. I just went.
I think mine's a 14.
I want an iPhone. They're like, okay, you want the 15, the 15 Pro, the 15 Pro Max? I said, just a phone that you turn on and one that I can look at YouTube on. I don't have,
Yeah.
You want 3 cameras or do you want 4? No, I just need a camera. I don't need multiple. So.
Shall I tell you something before I go, before I forget to tell you?
Yes, tell me.
You remind me of a friend that I've had for 25 years.
I think you've told me I remind you of one of your friends or something.
Okay. I thought I had not told you, but
you had told me that, I think, a long time ago. God love her. I hope she's not as ditzy as I am, but I tell people I'm ditzy, but I'm smart. I'm intelligent.
Me too. I agree. All right. Oh, yeah. We also say goodbye like 3 or 4 times. We're on the phone. We say goodbye 3 or 4 times, and okay, now we gotta go.
Okay, we're going now. Bye, y'all.
All right. See you, everybody. Much love. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.